If ever there was a perfect example of Hollywood's ability to take a great concept and slowly run it into the ground with endless cash grab sequels, it's got to be Jurassic Park. The original movie was an all-time classic of modern cinema, seamlessly blended together a compelling script full of action, intrigue, and wonder.
I loved the original Jurassic Park. Um, I The second one was okay. The third one I just never really cared about. When they did the reboot with the new trilogy, I watched the first one and I'm like, it's okay, but a lot of things with movies that they don't take into consideration. It's something that's hard to replicate. The magic of what made Jurassic Park work when it did was one of the biggest things that you cannot recreate, and that's the time period that it was created in. It's that perfect storm. When you try to recapture something, the one key ingredient that is oftentimes unable to be replicated is the time period that it was made in. You know, the style of writing, the cameras, the look of the scene, the clothing. It's so hard to replicate that and to keep that feeling, especially when you have a series that takes such a long time off like Jurassic Park did. So you come back with that fourth one and it's like, you know, did it have to be Jurassic Park? Could it have been something else? Did you have to tarnish the name of Jurassic Park just to try to make this meh movie seem better than it actually is?
A great cast of characters who actually made smart decisions and acted like real human beings.
That's one thing too with a movie like this that made this movie great is that you didn't have bumbling idiots. Well, I didn't say a magic word. There were bumbling idiots, but there were people that made rational decisions. And for whatever reason, in action movies, people aren't allowed to make rational decisions. But in this one, they did.
Cutting edge visuals and a story that dealt with thought provoking ideas like the power and danger of science gone wrong, man's attempts to play God, and nature's ability to fight back. It was one of the first movies that I ever saw in the cinema, and probably the only film I went back to rewatch multiple times. I say all this because if you ever want to experience the kind of cinematic whiplash that will leave you paralysed from the neck down, then watch the original Jurassic Park right before going to see Jurassic World Afterbirth.
I agree. Again, it's one of those things where why does this have to be Jurassic Park? Why can't this just be something else?
A movie that I can best describe as anti-storytelling.
That is one big pile of shit.
Driven by a paper-thin and completely nonsensical plot that takes forever to get going, and
all movies today are paper-thin plots that just take forever to materialize, except F1. I watched F1 in theaters, and I gotta say, it was very good, but a big problem with movies is it just takes too long to get to where we're supposed to be heading.
Eventually peters out into the most anticlimactic ending imaginable, a bloated cast of characters with no discernible personalities and nothing even resembling brains or common sense, played by actors who seem to have no idea why they're even in the movie. It's really nothing but a series of goofy, boring, and disappointingly bloodless action scenes that mean nothing, accomplish nothing, and made me feel, well, nothing. Let's get the plot summary over with quickly so that Universal Studios can hit me with yet another frivolous copyright claim that takes a month to resolve. Seriously, if I ever find the guy at your studio who keeps doing this, I will personally go to his house and shit in places that will leave him confused for the...
That's taking it personal, man. But I get it. I've dealt with copyright for a while when I was working at television. Getting bullcrap copyright claims on stuff, it sucks.
Rest of his life. Fucking believe that, shitheads. Anyway, so the movie stars an affable-looking Scarlett Johansson as tough mercenary lady who gets recruited by shady corporate guy to lead an off-the-books mission to Monster Dinosaur Island, which is deep inside a quarantine zone, to recover genetic material they can use to create a new wonder drug to treat human heart disease, because dinosaurs apparently don't suffer from heart disease.
No shit.
You know why? Because dinosaurs don't sit on their fat arses all day staring at computer screens while shoveling chemical-laden crap down their fleshy gullets.
Hey! Hey! I feel personally attacked right now. I feel personally attacked by that comment. Come on, man.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Anyway,
He is right.
I digress. To help with the DNA extraction, they're bringing along Science Man, who's an expert in dinosaurs but has never actually seen one in the wilds. Oh yeah, and they charter a boat owned by generic sidekick guy to get them ashore. Things are going just great until they get a distress call from diverse modern family whose sailboat got attacked by water dinosaur. What the fuck were they doing inside the quarantine zone? How did they even manage to get in there without being spotted? What father in his right mind would knowingly take his children into such a dangerous place for no apparent reason? Just don't think about it too much.
Yeah, you'll hurt yourself thinking about it too much. Again, it's just lazy. Jim Cornette always says in his podcast when it comes to like stupid booking decisions, he always goes a lazy booking, and that's what this is, lazy writing.
So they rescue diverse modern family, but oh no, then they get attacked by the water dinosaurs, which forces them to drive their boat directly onto the rocks and wreck it. Fuck it, just go with it. And for some reason, diverse modern family all jump overboard and get separated from the others for the rest of the movie. But tough mercenary lady's not about to give up yet and decides to stick to the plan and recover the DNA, then get themselves onto a rescue chopper that will pick them up in 24 hours. Wait, if they have access to a helicopter...
He's about to say exactly what I just thought, and exactly what most people should be thinking. If they have access to a freaking helicopter, why are they wasting time on a boat?
Why didn't they just use that to get to the island instead? Just don't worry about it. But this isn't just any old...
Because if they just take the helicopter to the island, they don't meet the modern family, they don't have the whole wreckage, you don't have the need to make this outrageous dinosaur. And the movie could have been probably 30 minutes shorter.
Island, don't you know? It's Monster Dinosaur Island, where they left behind all the genetic freaks that were too scary or...
Genetic freaks? Scott Steiner there? Holla if you hear me. Big Papa Pup is your hookup.
Or dangerous to use in the original theme park. Wait, wouldn't that mean that their DNA is all corrupted and shit and too dangerous to use in humans?
There. Right there.
Don't worry about it. Also, why are most of the dinosaurs on the island perfectly normal looking and would have made excellent additions to the park? Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of things like... There's a lot of plot holes. It's like, just ignore it. Don't look at it too much. Just shut up and watch.
So they get the DNA and reunite with diverse modern family at an abandoned research base which is somehow still fully functional after 20 years. Then the Ryan Kinellosaurus shows up and eats shady corporate guy, and generic sidekick guy sacrifices himself to let the others escape, but then he turns out to be okay anyway because he survived somehow. How exactly did he manage to get away from the...
Because he signed for the whole trilogy. That's how he survived.
Ryan Kinellosaurus? Just don't worry about it. Then they all leave and that's it, that's the movie over.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to me.
Yes, we are.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You lose. Good day, sir.
You know, my first thought when the credits rolled was, what the fuck was the point in this film? I mean, it's basically a bunch of people I don't care about going to a place I'm not particularly interested in to do a thing that doesn't really matter anyway. Then there's all the abandoned plot threads that are introduced but go absolutely nowhere, like the ancient ruins in the cliffside, or the crashed chopper from a previous expedition, or the traumatic backstory for tough mercenary lady. It's like the studio came up with the plot by doing a single brainstorming session, taking the first pitch that someone spitballed together and just ran with it. And before anyone jumps in with the old, it's a Jurassic Park movie, drinker, it's not supposed to be smart, or...
The original one was. The second one was still smart. Third one, nah.
argument. Fine, I can handle a dumb thrill ride if that's what these movies have devolved into now, but I at least expect it to make some kind of fucking sense. And that's the thing, this movie doesn't. The plot relies on the most insane contrivances and coincidences just to hold it together. Like, oh my goodness, isn't it convenient that diverse modern family and tough mercenary girl just happened to arrive at the same place at the same time for the finale? Or how literally the entire movie is predicated on a Snickers wrapper getting sucked into a fucking air vent. I'm not kidding, by the way, that's literally what kicks off the entire events of this film.
That can't be real. I'm never gonna watch this movie. That can't be real.
Character motivations meander all over the place with zero explanation, the cast is way too bloated for the plot that sustains them, and the narrative jumps backwards and forwards between diverse modern family and tough mercenary ladies grouped with such massive chunks that you actually start to forget what everyone's doing and why. And I'm not kidding, the diverse modern family are such a bunch of hapless comedy retards that I was actually rooting for the dinosaurs by the end. The script also can't seem to decide who the main character is. I mean, it should probably be Science Man since he's a more logical and relatable POV character than tough mercenary lady, but I guess Scarlett Johansson's a bigger name, so she's awkwardly shuffled into the top spot instead. The problem though is the script can't seem to decide what kind of character she even is. Is she a cold-hearted killer who's just out for money, a quippy and light-hearted hero with a flirtatious side, or a troubled ex-soldier with a dark past? I don't fucking know. The script tries to make her a bit of everything, and it's just as tonally diluted as you might think. Scarlett Johansson struggles through the movie with the faintly baffled smile of a star who can't wait to cash that paycheck and
Cash that check, baby. Scarlett Johansson was okay early days. Midway through the cinematic universe, she started like, oh god, get off my screen. Now she's just over the hill.
get the fuck out of there. And quite frankly, I don't blame her. Generic sidekick guy is a perfect example of how to waste a really good actor. Mahershala Ali is a talent just waiting to be used, but the movie gives him nothing to do. He's just kind of there, functionally identical to Tough Mercenary Lady, with the same backstory and personality, and eating up a lot of character beats that should have gone to her instead. You know, it's really not that hard to come up with a fun story for a Jurassic World movie, but holy fuck, you'd never think so from watching this steaming pile of dinosaur shit. Jurassic World Afterbirth is everything I hate about modern cinema. It's what happens when a studio has too much money, too much resources, and absolutely no idea what to do with any of it. It's a movie that should have been aborted long before it emerged into the world, and if you value your wallet or your sanity, you'll skip this one and just rewatch the original instead. Believe me, you'll have a lot more fun. Anyway, that's all I've got for
Yeah, he hit the nail right on the head. Don't have to worry about me seeing it. Don't care.